for today is if I was made the HM of my school next year. As a child, as a student, and as a keen observer, I believe that one of the greatest services to mankind is imparting knowledge, and who else but a teacher? It is no wonder that our scriptures very beautifully brings out that Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. A teacher is the creator, preserver, destroyer of all pervading energy in this universe. That's why I have always had this enduring thought whenever I look at my HM with awe and aplomb. I am left wondering if I can ever fill his space, even if I were to be one. But I chalked out a plan, an ambitious one, but I felt quite achievable. Let me begin with the role of a creator. I need my students to create and learn. I would therefore encourage a curriculum where every classroom ends in a project and each student innovates, endures, and creates the project which will be presented in a forum. This constant activity would not only enhance the creativity of my students, but also etch the practical application of classrooms in their minds. For example, I would insist on my science teacher to prevail upon my students to create a model of the internal combustion engine while teaching them combustion, and this would also explain the fundamentals of conversion of energy. Likewise, in all other fields, the quest for inquisitive thinking needs to be constantly prodded. In the role of a preserver, as the headmaster, I would instill into my students the most important aspect of social awareness and awakening, which is glaringly missing. I will certainly allow students to engage in healthy debates on social issues which concerns the students and society at large. While I need to be careful not to wade into the murky politicization, but I can certainly teach my students to reason, question, and awaken their ability to face the society tomorrow. I may have to introduce special sessions, but then I will do it and perhaps facilitate a trip to the legislative assemblies, promote visits to schools by eminent social workers and leaders of various organizations. I strongly believe that a social aware student would be a prominent citizen of tomorrow. In the role of a destroyer, as the headmaster, I need to dispel the darkness of ignorance. Questioning and reasoning should be imbibed as essential traits of my students. It is only through these two traits that the student community can destroy the shackles of half-baked knowledge which is prevalent all across. In my final role as the all-pervading reality, I will promote all-round development in my students. I will emphasize on every student to participate in creative arts, which is a medium to channelize one's emotions, and I am sure that someone amongst the many could turn it into his profession. I will create an environment of healthy coexistence between the teachers and students, wherein the principles of Guru being the supreme is always held high. Towards this, I would personally ensure implementation of spiritual and mental well-being of my students through yoga. I strongly believe that no amount of knowledge is effective if the inner self is not awakened. A student should have a strong moral core and desire to submit to universal brotherhood and compassion, which is the ultimate goal of a good teacher. As a headmaster, I would therefore have achieved the zenith of satisfaction where there is a satisfied faculty, with an ideal battalion of competent students ready to face the world with zeal for life and for universal brotherhood.